Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This video is about Ezekiel chapter 11, God's sure judgment on Jerusalem. Then the Spirit lifted me up and brought me to the gate of the house of the Lord that faces east. There at the entrance of the gate were 25 men, and I saw among them Jazaniah son of Azer and Pelatiah son of Benaiah, leaders of the people. So this Benaiah is probably not one of David's mighty men, though people in the Bible at times live a long time, because there's like a 300-year difference or so between when David lived, around, he died like in 970 BC or something, supposedly, and Ezekiel, who died or who lived some 300 years later or so. 300 years plus, if I remember correctly here. The Lord said to me, Son of man, these are the men who are plotting evil and giving wicked advice to this city. They say, haven't our houses been recently rebuilt? This city is a pot, and we are the meat in it. Therefore prophesy against it. Prophesy, Son of man. And the Spirit of the Lord came on me, and he told me to say, this is what the Lord says. That is what you are saying, you leaders of Israel, but know what is going through your mind. You have killed many people in this city and filled its streets with the dead. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. The bodies you have thrown there are the meat, and the city is the pot, but I will drive you out of it. You fear the sword, and the sword is what I will bring against you, declares the sovereign Lord. I will drive you out of the city and deliver you into the hands of foreigners and inflict punishment on you. You will fall by the sword, and I will execute judgment on you at the borders of Israel. Then you will know that I am the Lord. This city will not be a pot for you, nor will you be the meat in it. I will execute judgment on you at the borders of Israel, and you will know that I am the Lord, for you have not followed my decrees or kept my laws, but have conformed to the standards of the nations around you. Okay. While I was prophesying, Pelatiah son of Benaiah died, and I fell face down and cried out in a loud voice, Alas, sovereign Lord, will you completely destroy the remnant of Israel? The promise of Israel's return. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, the people of Jerusalem have said of your fellow exiles and all the other Israelites, they are far away from the Lord. This land was given to us as our possession. Therefore say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Although I sent them far away among the nations and scattered them among the countries, yet for a little while I have been a sanctuary for them in the countries where they have gone. Therefore say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will gather you from the nations and bring you back from the countries where you have been scattered. And I give you back the land of Israel again. They will return to it and remove all its vile images and detestable idols. I will give them an undivided heart and put a new spirit in them. I will remove from their heart of stone. I will remove from them their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh. Then they will follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. They will be my people, and I will be their God. But as for those whose hearts are devoted to their vile images and detestable idols, I will bring down on their own heads what they have done, declares the sovereign Lord. Then the cherubim with the wheels beside them spread their wings, and the glory of God, the God of Israel, was above them. The glory of the Lord went up from within the city and stopped above the mountain east of it. The Spirit lifted me up and brought me to the exiles in Babylon, or Babylonia, aka Chaldea, in the vision given by the Spirit of God. Then the vision I had seen went from me, and I told the exiles everything the Lord had shown me. So let's go back to the verse where it says, I will remove from their heart of stone, from them their heart of stone, and give them a heart of flesh. So I had some kind of typo here, but what he's saying is he's going to remove their heart of stone and give them a heart of flesh, right? And it talked about how they will no longer have a divided heart. They will have an undivided heart. So they won't, claim to serve God and serve something else, right? We see in the New Testament you can't serve God and money. And a lot of the reason why these people served other deities had to do with money, had to do with marriages, had to do with, who they thought was winning at the time. So for example, if Assyria colonized them and they made their lives easier if they worshiped their deities, that they chose to do that. Unlike Daniel and his men over there in the book of Daniel, which it talks about several empires. They chose to stick with the Lord no matter who was in the area at the time. And the visions were referring to standing firm with God regardless of what empire rises. And they put in the form of the statue, and they talked about various things, and it was a very figurative book. But the bottom line was, even if it killed you, right? Even if they're going to throw you in the lion's den, they're going to throw you in the oven, no matter what they were going to do, you're supposed to stay true to God. That's a huge part of the Bible. Huge part. Okay? Where Christ refused to deny himself, right? To deny God and deny himself in terms of, not in terms of his flesh, but in terms of who he is in reality. Who God set him apart to be. So, John the Baptist rose to the occasion. Jesus rose to the occasion. Stephen the martyr. They didn't give up God's plan. That's not what it means to deny yourself. What it's talking about is your flesh and your desires, your carnal and fleshly desires to find your life in this world, right? Your sensual desires, right? Money, sex, acceptance, what have you. So their heart became a heart of stone, like sometimes the idols are made of stone. Okay, and they're stoning people to death for the wrong reasons, and they're not stoning people to death, okay, for the wrong reasons. And we'll get to that when we get into Ezekiel chapter 13, I believe it is.